My head hurts so much. Where am I? A man? What happened? I only remember the day before, Susanna had been with her friends at a birthday party. She had only had a sweet drink, yet she no longer had any strength in her legs.
Oh, careful.
Hey, handsome, you're just perfect.
Woman, you're playing with fire.
After that, Susanna did not hesitate to get to know this handsome stranger who had crossed her path more closely. Oh no, I need to get out of here quickly. Before she had time to gather her things, Dustin was already back. Surprised by his entrance, Susanna fell and immediately got back up.
Oh, you're awake.
I forbid you to come near me. Susanna dressed in a hurry and looked more carefully at the man who had just walked in.
Your performance was terrible, but since you entertained me all night, here is your payment.
Susanna could not believe her ears.
Is that too little for you?
She grabbed her bag and replied, "Your performance was so bad and disappointing that I'm sore all over. But here's something for your effort," she said, throwing him a €1 coin. Incredible. Dustin had not expected that at all. Before he could even respond, Susanna had already headed for the exit, slamming the door in his face. What bad luck for me. First time I make sushi and he treats me like a toy he bought. Luckily, I'm not weak, and I quickly turned the situation to my advantage. Dustin, still in shock from her spectacular exit, thought that Susanna had successfully caught his attention. On the way, Susanna was thinking that she would need to go to the hospital to pay her little brother's medical bills. Suddenly, she felt a hand push her, and she fell into the hotel pool. "Who dared to do that?" she shouted. "My dear sister, you're so absent-minded," Christina said. "How did you end up in the pool, The water is cold. You should hurry and get out. Take my hand, little sister. I'll pull you out." Susanna knew that demonic smile of her dear sister all too well. In one swift motion, she grabbed Christina's hand and pulled her into the pool. Christina swallowed water, and before she could catch her breath, Susanna pushed her further underwater. Christina's cries for help amused Susanna, who eventually let her breathe. With her head above water, Christina struggled to hold back her tears. She looked at Susanna angrily. "The feeling of not having enough air in your lungs. Was it fun, dear sister?" Susanna asked with a big smile. Christina's friends at the poolside shouted at her to get out. But before she could leave, Susanna grabbed her hair and warned her, "Calm down, dear sister. I won't hurt you. This is just a warning. Don't ever do that again. Next time, I won't let you off so easily." Susanna released her and left the pool, leaving Christina furious. "This isn't over, Susanna," Christina said through clenched teeth. A few minutes later, Susanna was walking alone in the streets. Passers-by found her beautiful, thinking she was a celebrity, while she shivered from the cold because of her sister's reckless action. In an instant, a jacket covered her. "Who is this?" It was Dustin. "If you prefer people staring at you in a transparent dress, you can take off my coat," he said. His gaze scanning her from head to toe made her realize the state she was in after the pool incident. "Thank you for the jacket. I'll return it next time we cross paths," she said. Dustin offered to drive her home, but Susanna clearly remembered what had happened the night before. "No, but thank you for your concern," she replied quickly before turning away. Dustin stopped her suddenly. She asked what he wanted. He admitted that he wished to see her again under the same circumstances as the night before. Susanna blushed and calmly explained that they were adults and the past should remain in the past. "Forget it and move on. I hope our paths never cross again," she added, embarrassed. "I have to go. Goodbye," she said, pushing him away. Turning her back, she repeated that it would be better if they never met again. She quickly left before he could stop her again. Dustin smiled, thinking how coincidental it was to meet a woman from the Blunt family. Susanna took a taxi to the hospital, feeling like her heart would explode from the scare Dustin had given her. At the hospital, she was shocked when the cashier told her that her card had been declined. "What? That's impossible. Please try again." The cashier returned the card, saying there were insufficient funds. "Why don't you check with your bank and come back later?" she said. Susanna checked her balance herself. $9? That's impossible. Grandfather had created a trust fund for me before he passed away. I'm supposed to receive a monthly sum, she thought, confused. Her little brother Spencer suffered from leukemia and had to take medication daily, all at her expense. Stopping his treatment now could have serious consequences. This is going to drive me crazy, she thought. Back home, Susanna asked where her father was. The maid tried to stop her, saying he was in an important meeting. She moved forward and met her stepmother, who blocked her way. Your father and his guest are discussing business. Do not interrupt them under any circumstances. Go back to your room, her stepmother said sharply. Susanna told her to move. I need to speak to my father urgently. Her stepmother insisted she wait. Susanna replied, try to stop me. Her stepmother tried to teach her a lesson, but Susanna caught her hand and said, I dare you to touch me. Hearing the noise, her father came out and demanded an explanation. The stepmother blamed Susanna. Oh, Rob, I told her you were in an important meeting, but she refused to listen. Susanna ignored her and asked directly, Dad, are you withholding my trust fund? I have hospital bills for Spencer. Her father replied coldly, I don't see how that concerns me. Your mother had that child with another man. Why should I care? You've graduated. You should support yourself. To motivate you, I decided to stop distributing the fund. I'm not asking for compassion. I just want what is rightfully mine, Susanna said. Her half-sister Christina arrived with coffee, asking innocently what was happening. Her father ended the conversation and said he would only release the funds once she got married. Dad, shouted Susanna. There is no way she will accept that. Taking advantage of the confusion, Christina pretended to slip and poured the still hot cup of coffee over Susanna. But Susanna had already anticipated her sister's stunt and covered herself with Dustin's jacket. Oh my, I'm sorry, Susie. I really didn't mean to spill coffee on you, Christina said. Bring the burn ointment immediately, a voice shouted from afar. It was Dustin. He stepped forward and grabbed Susanna's burned hand, and she asked him what he was doing in this house. Dustin ignored her question and repeated, Didn't you hear my request? The burn ointment right now. Christina apologized again, saying it was a regrettable accident. Susanna replied angrily that only she knows whether it was truly unintentional. It was an accident, I swear, Christina said in her sweetest and softest voice. If you don't believe me, then go ahead and hit me back. She didn't need to say it twice. Ooh, Susie, I love your audacity. Christina went to take refuge in her mother's arms, who shouted at Susanna, What is wrong with you? Chrissy has already apologized. And besides, it was just an accident. Why are you getting so angry? Her father told her she had crossed the line. She practically begged me to hit her. I only did what she asked me to do, Susanna said in her defense. Dustin, observing the scene from afar, thought, Ooh, she's a sassy one. Susanna insisted with her father to receive the payments from her grandfather's inheritance. The last thing I want is for things to get worse between us. I am ready to go before a judge, Susanna said firmly. Did I hear correctly? Her stepmother said, pretending to cry. Did she dare say that she was going to sue you? Her father shouted at her, You're such an ungrateful daughter. I am doing all this for your own good. I will send you the fund for this month, but starting next month, you will manage on your own. Susanna apologized to Dustin for dirtying his jacket, promised to have it cleaned before returning it to him, and left. Mr. Mulligan, do you know my daughter Susie? Susanna's father asked curiously. I know her very well, Dustin replied, while the maid arrived with the burn ointment. He grabbed the ointment and left immediately under everyone's surprised gaze. Christina understood the situation and was furious. There was no way she would lose what she wants. A few moments later, Dustin was in front of Susanna's room as she tried to close it. He blocked the door, and Susanna asked him what he wanted. I'm not going to do anything crazy. Not under your roof anyway, he said innocently, waving the ointment. Just give it to me, Susanna asked. Let me help you, Dustin replied. No, that is out of the question, Susanna said. Has no one ever told you that you over bossy? She asked him. I'm not like that with just anyone, he admitted. So I'm the unlucky one? Susanna sighed. You should feel honored, he said. In an instant, he carried her to make her comfortable. Susanna on her side had no trust in him and ordered him to leave her alone. What you think you are doing? She asked. You tell me, he replied. I warn you, Susanna threatened him. Don't push it too far or you won't recognize me. Oh really? I can't wait to see that, he admitted while grabbing her injured hand. If someone hurts you again, I won't let them get away with it so easily, he said. Susanna was shocked. She did not expect that at all. Dustin gently applied the burn ointment to her hand while Susanna was under his charm. A little bitter bird was in front of the half-open door watching them. Christina could not believe her eyes. What did she do to deserve that? She asked herself. He is supposed to be mine. Dustin made Susanna comfortable and told her to rest because the night had been very hectic. Embarrassed, Susanna asked him to stop being teasing. He told her he had to go to work, and Susanna was overjoyed to finally get rid of him. Dustin did not understand her smile and sighed before heading toward the door. Suddenly, he stopped, and Susanna wondered what he wanted again. Dustin Mulligan, that is my name, he said before leaving. Dustin Mulligan, Susanna thought. That name suddenly sounds familiar. I think I have heard it somewhere before, she said to herself. What? She suddenly shouted. The guy I took for a jig is actually the heir of the Mulligan banking empire?